Well, hello everyone. My name is Passek, the FlyFish Fanatic, and welcome to my tying bench. Today we'll be tying a nice big pattern. It's a steelhead pattern. Also works for bull trout, also works for brown trout, and works for the big resident rainbows as well in the rivers. It's basically an egg-sucking leech, a woolly bugger. It's black hackle, black tail, and a purple underbody. That purple really shines through, and then that orange bead, that egg-sucking bead. So really good fly to swing, really good fly to strip. And you can tie these in a smaller version for rainbows in the lakes, but this one in this version, I think it's a size 6, I can't remember. I tied it about a week ago. Yeah, but this one it's large for steelhead, for salmon, for resident rainbows, big browns, big bulls. So, alrighty, hope you guys enjoy. Let's get tying. So today in the vise we have an Ahrex TP610 Trout Predator Streamer and a size 1. It's a fairly large fly. This is it's for primarily steelhead. I've caught salmon on it as well, but primarily steelhead, and in smaller sizes. I've done well with rainbow trout in the rivers as well. This is a large fly, so like I said, it's primarily for steelhead, this one. So again, it's an Ahrex TP610 Trout Predator Streamer, size 1. For the tail, I'm just going to be using some black Marabou. For the body, I'm going to be using some Semperfli Eggstatic and grape juice. For the tail flash, I'm going to be using a little bit of the Gaula mix from Semperfli. And then for the hackle, I'm going to be just using some straight black hackle from this company here, Midnight Sun. I think they're out of Alaska. That's where I bought them for the hackle. And then for the thread, just some nano silk in black. This is a 8/0, I think. Yeah. You can use a 3/0 if you wanted to, but I like using the 8. I just waxed my thread so it sticks to the hook well. Just adjust my lights here a little bit. I think they're just a little too direct on it. So, alrighty. So let's get going here. So the tail, I'm just going to grab a little bit of that Marabou. And I want a pretty good tail on this one. So I'm actually going to use pretty well a whole feather here. I'm just going to find one that I like. There. So that's about good right there. Like I said, I want a pretty good feather on this one, right? I want a nice tail. So nice and tight. Just crank that down all the way. Sorry that I moved the vise there. Like I said, I'm cranking it, and then I'm going under and over and under and over. Making sure not to trap any of your fibers. Okay, there we go. Like I said, I want a nice tail on this one. Then I'm going to grab about 3 to 4 strands of the Gaula mix. And I come back forward to behind the eye. And I'm just going to lay this down on my side. All the way back. And then I'm going to come over to your side and tie that in. And then just take all of it and just cut it to the length of the tail. Okay, so that's that. Now I'm going to take, one thing I did forget to mention is some black wire, 0.2 mil, or a medium wire in black. It can be silver, it can be red. It really doesn't matter. You're not going to see it. So I just use black because, you're not going to see it anyway, right? So just put that in all the way back. Just like making sure it's nice and wrapped in, because this is what's going to be holding your whole thing together at the end. Now I'll take some of that Eggstatic and I'm going to just peel away the outer to expose the core. You see how I exposed the core there a little bit? And that's where I'm going to tie it in at the back, right by the core. That way you don't create a bump on the back, but you don't have to lay it all the way, which thickens the body, which I don't want on this. So, and now just touch and wraps forward to there. Tie that off. 3-4 times in behind, 4 times in front. Cut that off. Okay, so now just take my hackle. So I'm going to select a nice tapered hackle. I want one that's tapered really well here. I'll show you. See the taper on that? That's what I want. So now I'm just going to cut out all that fluff, and I'm going to just strip off a little bit of that just so I have a tie-in. Wax my thread really well. Tie that in on my side. And push that stem back, that tie-in point stem backwards, and then back over top again. That just makes sure that it's in there nicely. Okay. Now I'm going to take my feather, I'm going to put my hackle pliers on it. Normally I wouldn't, but I know at the end here I'm going to be getting pretty close. So 2 good wraps at the front, and then I'm going to open up and come back. Sorry about that, guys. Come back all the way to the back of the fly, right to the tail. I'm going to grab that wire and counter wrap that wire. You see how I let go of my hackle plier there? And then come forward all the way to in front of the collar. Make sure my wire is nicely tied in. Helicopter that off. And I'm just going to nip off my little leftover there. And then I'm going to slick this all back and build a bit of a head by whip finishing. I just want to make sure that it's slicked back a bit. I don't really want to build a head behind the bead. I just want to make sure it's slicked back like that. And then I'll just add some head cement and she is finished. Really good swinging fly. Really good pulling fly as well in those deeper pools. And the nice thing with this is you can see that I've left this about 1.5 times the length of the body. The nice thing is on the water, you can hold on to the spark or the tinsel and give that a cut. And then the rest of the stuff you can rip and make it shorter. If you're getting any kind of false takes, but I found Steelhead just hammer these. So it's a woolly bugger is all it is. It's a purple and black woolly bugger, but the color combination with that egg sucking head, they go crazy for it. So really simple steelhead pattern, not as complicated as a lot of those spay flies and intruder flies and stuff. And it's proven itself over decades. So it's a very good fly. So hope you guys enjoyed that one. And if you've subscribed, thank you very much. If you haven't, please consider doing so. Yeah, we'll see you guys on the next time video. Thailand.